Hey, let me guess, if you're like me in the past, when I've tried to create landing page copy, I was staring at a blank page, not knowing where to go. I had to go visit competitors' websites. I know this is what I want to copy, but I'm trying to, how do I get this copy onto my landing page quickly? And now with the advent of AI, with ChatGPT and Claude and everything else, it's a lot easier. Now, I'm going to show you how I've cut hours out of creating web page copy. I've created so many in the last couple of years, in particular over the last 6 months using Poppy AI, this tool. I'm going to show you step by step how we're going to take all these disparate elements and we're going to create landing page copy in just a matter of minutes. So this is my technique. This is exactly how I do it. And the example that we're going to show today is, let's say that with my brand, AI Ninja, I'm going to create a new AI Ninja consulting brand, a product where I teach people how to become a AI consultant. So I need to create a landing page for that. I'm going to show you exactly step by step how I'm going to do that. So let's dive in, go step by step using Poppy AI to create this web page copy. All right, so this is the Poppy AI whiteboard. Maybe you've seen me talking about this in some other videos, but I just love this. Picture this of kind of like Notion or Miro. All of it's on steroids. And so before we get started, let's look over here to the left and you'll see this kind of menu bar with all the type of things that we can add. And specifically, we can add a voice memo, which I will show you how to use in a second. You can add a mind map. So say you've got ideas that you want to flesh out, you can do a real mind map, and that can become part of the context for your chat. You've got images you can upload. You can upload a YouTube video and have it transcribe it and get all the sense of it. The same with a TikTok video, which is amazing, and with Instagram as well. Simple text box where you can add text, free flow it from there. And then you can add websites and, of course, documents like Word documents and the such. And you can also create groups. So I'll go over all of these. And the one that I skipped over was the actual AI chat itself. Now, I don't know how you do it in the past, but you can use, I usually built pages in WordPress. So there's always templates, right? In particular, if you're new to starting out with content creation, I would say don't reinvent the wheel. Go grab, there's hundreds of thousands of templates you can go out there. You can go buy templates, you can import them into WordPress, whatever the case. You get things like ClickFunnels and Kajabi, all those type of kind of all-in-one marketing packages, platforms. They have templates you can use, even Systemi.io, same thing. But let's just assume that we're going to use Build One in ClickFunnels. And so I grab this template right here. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate that I have a new brand, and I do, an AI Ninja Consulting Academy. And so I need to create a landing or sales page for that new aspect of the brand. Let's just go through this process. And I've got a template. So this is the template, the sales page that I'm going to use. I'll change the colors and I'll change the images, but right now we're just focusing on the copy. And like right here, we've got the kind of the internet Latin, if you will, filling out. And I like the look of it. And so we're going to go with that. So here is my homepage, and we're going to use this for brand context. And so I'm going to go into Poppy, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a group. And the first group that I'm going to create is specifically around my brand. And so we're going to name it My Brand, okay? And so everything about my brand for context, remember, all about being successful with large language models is providing the context. And so I'm going to include everything I can about my brand. Specifically, I got two landing pages that I want the large language model to know about. So I'll go here into Poppy and I'll click on website, go back into Poppy, and I'll enter that here and hit the little enter button. And what it's going to do is going to look at my website. I'm going to do this twice. So I'm going to do another one here, and I'll get the Apex website for my high ticket mastermind. I want Poppy to know about that. And so I'll input that one. So it's still cooking. And there you can see, like on this first one, it gave a little image. And so it is baking, if you will, or coming up with everything about my brand. And there's the other one. Now, the other thing I want to do is include documents. Okay. So I have tons of documents like brand summaries, marketing documents that are about my brand. And so like in this case, we'll see, where do I got? AI Ninja, Docs for Claude. There's some good branding documents there. I've got a Word document, I got a PDF, and I got a brand summary about this. So I go into Poppy and I click on document. I want to drop the file. I can drop the files there. So I'm going to grab this one and drop it, hit done, and it's going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing for those other documents. I'm going to drop this PDF in here, and then I'm also going to do the same thing and drop my brand summary in here as well. So hit done. Let me get a new document and I'll drag this one in here. So now I've got 3 documents, my web page, my website, everything about my brand is in here now, or context, and I can add as many things as I want. I'll come back to that, but for now, that's a pretty good representation of everything about my brand, okay? Now I'm going to create another group at this point, and we're going to call it info about AI consulting. So I'll just call it AI consulting info. And what I'm doing with this is, because remember what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a landing page is a new AI Ninja Consulting Academy brand. And I don't have a lot of information about it. I want to create a sales page, but I'm in the early stages of coming up with this new product. So we can go into YouTube, for example, and there's tons of videos as I'm doing my homework and what it means to be an AI consultant. There's some great videos out there. And let's just say for whatever reason, I like this one and we got some good info there. I can right click, I can open it up, but basically I'm going to copy the link address for that YouTube video. I'm going to go back into Poppy. And in this case, I'm going to click on the YouTube video menu item there, and I'm going to enter that URL and add that video, and see it's beginning to transcribe it. And now it's in there. I'm going to grab a couple others. How to make money as an AI consultant. We'll say that video was good. And I will do the same thing. YouTube video, add it in there, add that video. And I'll make this group a little bit bigger. And let's go grab, say, one more YouTube video. This is it. And actually this one, I like Kyle. And so I'll grab his video, copy it, and same thing, YouTube video, transcribe it. Now, what about TikTok? That's another good thing about here. I can do the same thing. Let's say there's some great videos on TikTok. Let's say I grab this one from Kyle. I'll copy the link and I will do the same thing here, but now I'll use the TikTok and put that URL in there, and we'll add that video in there when it gets ready. Let's say that I like Justin. I'm a big fan of his stuff, and I'll copy his link. I like that video because it's got some good info about AI consulting, and I will add that TikTok as well. So do you see what I'm doing here? All of this, I'm building context. And again, it's real easy to add things in here. And so now I've got all those videos in there for consulting info. So let me just move this for cleanliness. So I got that. What else can I add? Well, I can certainly add Instagram text. I've added some documents. What about a voice memo? Because I want to communicate with the large language model, my kind of vision of the brand. This is new. I'm trying to get ideas. So let's just start a recording, and I can click on this button right here. And as you can see, it's recording. Hey, I want this new brand or this new product that I'm creating is about an AI Ninja Consulting Academy. Now, the key elements or the key points of my product are this, is that people are overwhelmed, organizations are overwhelmed about how fast the AI train is moving. I want to be that type of consultant that doesn't focus necessarily on the tools, because the tools are great. There's a plethora of AI tools. People are overwhelmed by how many tools there are. They're overwhelmed by how fast the AI kind of train is moving. I'm going to show them that they don't need to be worried about the tools or how fast the train is going. I'm here to get them on the train. The point is just to get on the train. The point isn't to just get to the front of the train. It's just to get on the train because it's moving too fast. There's no way that you can keep up. So stop worrying about keeping up. I want my brand and this product to be focused around empathetic understanding, changing mindset, and getting people excited about using large language models so that no matter what tool comes down the pike, they'll be successful as an AI consultant. And then that's it, right? And so now you can see what it's doing there. It's generating the title. It's generating kind of the transcript of what I just said. And so now this is just a great idea for me to brainstorm any ideas that I have about my brand and everything else. So let's see if this is enough for me to get started on creating web copy. I could certainly add more, but for the sake of the demo, I just want to show you kind of the kind of basics of what's possible. So now what we want to do is actually create the chat. And this is where it'll bring up this kind of purple box right here, and I'll zoom in and show you. And essentially, this is where we're interacting with the large language model. And you get a couple options here. You've got the Claude 3.5 Sonnet, which I absolutely love. I think it produces way more better output. And of course, you've got GPT-4o, which is extremely powerful as well. If you want to save on your tokens a little bit, and if you're doing some grunt work, sometimes I'll do grunt work inside of ChatGPT, outside of Poppy, and the same with Claude. And then I'll come back here when I'm ready to do serious work. But also, if you want to save some of your tokens, because you get 2,000 credits per month, which is plenty, but I just want you to be aware that it does eat up tokens as you're using it, but this is a way using Mini that doesn't use as much tokens. But I'm in a spot right now where I'm happy to get some final output, so I'm going to use the full horsepower of Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Now, what do? Because I put things in groups, you can certainly connect these things individually, but because we got them in groups, it makes it a little bit easier to connect, for context, this group to the chat. And I'll do the same with this one. I'll connect this chat right there. And so now that I got everything connected, including that voice memo that I just recorded, we're going to start our conversation in the chat. Now, I'm going to do some questions here to make sure that it has the proper context. I want to make sure that it understands everything that we're trying to say. And I say, can you summarize my group and AI Ninja? Let's just see what it says. It looks like it has everything about my brand, which is what I wanted to know. That's just kind of the safety check for me to make sure that it understands everything that I'm trying to say about my brand. It's got the brand voice, and that's good. And then I'm creating a new product called the AI Ninja Consulting Academy. Can you please summarize my voice memo to make sure you understand my vision? Let's see what it says. So it's based on the memo. It says the core vision is I want to be a different kind of AI consulting education program. The philosophy is around these pain points. It captured that. My unique approach is getting people on the train, right? Not worrying about keeping up with every tool, being empathetic. Yeah, so it's captured everything. Now, the last thing in here is, if you look at, there is the videos that we have in there about being an AI consultant. So I'm going to say, hey, make sure you can summarize all the pain points and best practices from the YouTube and TikTok videos. And I'm saying this will be critical as we develop web copy. All the common pain points, tech and implementation, business strategy, skill and knowledge, best practices for AI consulting, education credentials. So it looks like it's doing a pretty good job. So I feel confident that my strategy of teaching it everything about my brand, teaching it about best practices from those YouTube, TikTok videos, and capturing my vision in a voice memo, I feel like the large language model is primed to do some web copy. So if we go back to our funnels in ClickFunnels or WordPress or wherever it is, I'm going to take a picture of this hero section. So I'm going to do a screenshot. I'm going to put it right over there. And then the next thing I'm going to do is go back to Poppy and I'm going to attach this image. So I go image and I will go to my screenshots, and there is kind of small. Maybe we'll make it a little bigger. Here is the image for that hero section. So I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the context now. I'm going to say I just attached an image of the template I'm using for my new web page. This is the hero section based on what we've talked about. What should we replace? Web copy. And I know I got misspellings there, but you know what? Large language models, they understand the misspellings. So it says, based on the comprehensive understanding of my new vision of the Academy and the template image, it's saying heading, transform your AI consulting journey. Subheading, stop chasing endless AI tools. Body, the AI landscape is overwhelming. And then the call to action button. So I would probably go back and forth. I don't have to accept the first thing, but I'm just showing you for the sake of the demo. This is my technique. Then I would go in and I would actually place the things there. I would take a new screenshot of this second section, capture it, go back into Poppy, add that new image, repeat the process, attach the new image. What are your suggestions for web copy? And see what it comes up with. And it comes up with those ideas. And then I would just, again, work with the large language model back and forth until I'm happy with it. And if you really wanted to get exotic, I could have attached another group my favorite web copy. I could attach, the best type of web copy, the type of things to, what type of format do I want to use, the PAS format, the AIDA format, whatever the case may be. There's all kinds of things you could add. But in this case, I'm just showing you for the sake of demo my technique and to show you the power of even at the minimal input that we're doing. This is a way that you can, in short order, add things and create a landing page copy in short order. Now, when you're done with all the copy, then you can always go back, change the images, change the color, change the font, whatever you want to do. But the key is just to get the web copy how you want it done. And again, the key is going back and forth. I never take the first incarnation. Again, it's all about the context. I set it up how I want it. I keep going back and forth until I'm happy with it. Because remember, this is a tool. It's not a replacement to anything. It's an assistant. But you do this and you use Poppy, and if you're a visual learner like myself, you can start attaching things. It can make this process go extremely fast. This is my technique. So that's how I do it. Again, you can use large language models to accelerate this process. This is how I've been doing all of my landing pages over the last year and a half. I can crank out a landing page in a day easily. Now, the more context you give it, I could have made this even better if I would have had all the context about my brand, about the AI Ninja Consulting Academy already done. But I wanted to show you that I just took this minimal information, the minimal information about my brand, a couple of websites, some brand documents, information about the TikTok and the YouTube videos about AI Ninja Consulting pain points and how to solve them. And then also the voice memo, kind of my vision of the brand. And then I did screenshots of the template, put it into Poppy, said, what do you think? And I just do that step by step until I got my full landing page complete. If you want to use Poppy, click the link below. You can get access to it yourself. Poppy is my favorite AI tool. I use all kinds of things. I use Poppy every day. I use ChatGPT. I use Claude. Now, you're using ChatGPT and Claude within Poppy, but my technique is I'll do a lot of grunt work in Perplexity and ChatGPT and Claude, and then when I'm ready to get serious about creating some content, if you want to be a serious content creator and entrepreneur, Poppy is the tool for you. I would be lost without it. This is my favorite tool. I am an affiliate for it, but I wouldn't promote it if I wasn't using it. So let me know what you think. I answer every comment. You can go to aininja.pro to learn more about the AI Ninja, and I am starting a new consulting academy, and I do have a landing page there if you want to join the consulting academy. But if you want to get Poppy, click the link below, and I hope to see you on the inside.